Hello, welcome everybody. It is Leah Ray with Digital Trailblazer. I'm multi-streaming, plus I'm testing something with Instagram. So if y'all are on Instagram with me tonight, I'm super excited to be here with you. So it is Leah Ray with Digital Trailblazer. Let's talk about lead generation. If you don't have leads that you're generating every single day in your business is struggling. You have to keep your sales, in order to keep your sales pipeline full, it begins with consistent lead generation. So that's what we're talking about tonight. I'm going to give you 7 different ways to consistently be bringing in new leads. So sorry, my phone's totally in the other camera. I'm having issues with stuff, but we're going to work with it. All right, because the content's going to be awesome. So say howdy. Let me know where you are in the world and what platform you are watching from this evening. And we're going to dive in. So 7 different, and these are going to apply to all kinds of businesses, but my jam is working with coaches and course creators. So obviously that's going to be the focus of tonight's. I'm really going to scream at my phone holder is not working. It keeps tilting. So my apologies. All right. So let's dive in. So 7 different things. Now, before we get into all of these different lead generation strategies, we need to kind of back up a minute and make sure that you're actually going, like you've got your basic systems in place. So I'm not telling you to stop everything, but sometimes you have to slow down in order to speed up. So if you don't have the very, very basics of a lead magnet funnel setup, then let's back this up and get that set up, because I can't teach you how to generate like all these lead generation strategies if you don't have the basic systems in place. So yes, you need a basic lead magnet. So what is a lead magnet? Most of you know, but if you don't, it's a freebie you're going to give away to you. It fits for your target audience, who you want to work with, your potential clients, and it's free. And they give you their email address and hopefully phone number because they want to receive it for free. Okay. That means you have it behind a capture page, which means you need a system. If you don't have a system, highly suggest you check out our system, convertpoint.io. There's currently, now depending on when you're watching this and the replay and all that, currently there is a deal that with that system, with your new membership, you will actually get the setup of the lead magnet funnel done for you, which is huge because that usually costs a lot of money. So, all right. Go check out ConvertPoint if you do need a system. But what we're talking about here, make sure you've got something juicy. The one trend that we're seeing with lead magnets is they're getting juicier and juicier. People are wanting, people are just giving and expecting more and more. So if you thought this was going to be a really low value, like something someone could Google, not so much. This should be something a bit higher value, something that people would actually potentially be willing to pay for. And my connection's messed up. I don't know what's going on. Something they'd be willing to pay for, but that they're going to give you their information for. It's got to be juicy and naturally lead to the right people to the right offer. So if you're giving away free templates, like done for you templates, and you offer a done for you service, probably not a good idea. Like that's doesn't quite speak to the type of people that you want, because if people are looking for free done DIY templates, they're not the type of people that are going to hire someone to do this. Okay. So make sure that it's really aligned with who you want to work with. Now, are you ready? We got 7 different strategies. We're going to list them all off and give you some tips and strategy and little nuggets on how to actually keep building, keep growing with these strategies. So let's start with number 1. And I specifically have this as number 1 because it's going to cascade into additional things. Okay. So starts with number 1, then it cascades down. So number 1 is networking. Okay. Now you might think that I was going to say something super sexy like Facebook ads, but this is a conversation about free strategies. So definitely not Facebook ads, but networking is going to lead to some other opportunities. So what do I really mean by networking? Honestly, meeting people. You can do this online and you can do this offline. Now, offline, like if your target audience is at the Chamber of Commerce, guess where you should be? Or if they're the local moms group, guess where you could be? If you don't want to leave your house, like I got little kids, I am not leaving my house to go anywhere anytime soon. It's just not going to happen. So when I do have time to network, I'm 100% doing it online, attending networking events online. Makes sense. And there's tons of them. If you're looking for a great free networking site, go to Happy Neighborhood Project. That's a great free one you can check out. And I've made sales from that. So all I do, if I ever have time to attend one of these, is share value, and don't make it about you and how awesome you are, but ask questions of people and give them a little free coaching. Show them a little bit of what you got. And I've used that strategy many times on networking events to bring in red hot leads that very quickly, like within the next 24 hours, become high ticket clients. So I highly suggest any sort of opportunity to really connect with your target audience. So know who they are, know where they hang out, and then get on a networking event where you can connect with them. So you can network in Messenger. Not my favorite way to go about it. I ain't gonna lie, I don't do that these days. You know, I'm not going to be pitching someone in Messenger, but I will meet people in networking groups. I will, talk to people who are my friends on Facebook or who we built connections with. So networking works really well. Now, why is networking first? Because through networking, it's going to lead to additional opportunities, such as collaborations. Number two, collaborations are huge. So collaborations is a very wide category, but it starts with meeting someone who speaks to a same or very parallel or very similar audience that you do. You don't necessarily compete directly, but complements. So, for instance, one of my clients and dear friends, Adrienne Hill, she's awesome and she teaches summits. I do not teach summits. I've been a guest on many a summit, but I've never done a summit myself. So I would not teach summits to my clients. Well, if my clients wanted to learn summits, well, I'm going to send it to Adrienne because I don't teach them that, right? So she's a really good person for me to collaborate with because our audience overlap. Okay, our audience, she speaks the same type of people we work with, and so she's a great collaborating partner. Okay, so that's going to be your factor. Is your audience, your people in their audience? If they are, great, let's collaborate. Great, let's collaborate. I didn't realize I was rhyming. All right, cool. So, what are ways to collaborate? You could be super simple where you write a really nice email about them to your audience and offer them their lead magnet. Super simple. You just swap email lists essentially. Don't make this too hard. Keep it simple. On top of that, what if you did, you each had Facebook groups, or one had a big Instagram account and the other one had a big Facebook group, or not even big, maybe 1,000, couple thousand, right? Okay, bring them on, do a live with them on their platform, invite them or introduce them to each other's audiences and let them offer their lead magnet. So they go from just being introduced to them and having awareness to now going on their email list, which is way better, right? We want people to get on our email list. We want the true lead so we can continue to nurture them over time until they're ready to make a purchasing decision. So those are two really simple versions of collaborations. More complicated versions of collaborations would be summits, right? There's a lot of pieces to that puzzle. That's why I don't worry about putting one on. However, I'm in summits all the time. I think I'm in a giveaway right now, which is basically like a summit. But I've got two more summits that I've just been reached out to that are on the schedule that I'm getting the training ready for. So I'm in summits all the time. Why? In my crazy busy schedule, do I take the time to do summits? Because I make sales when I do summits. I make sales from the leads that are generated on those summits. So if you're not familiar with the summit, just a quick little summary. A host organizes a whole bunch of speakers that each have email lists. So the host might not have an email list, but all of the speakers have decent sized email lists, and they invite them to speak. And as being featured as a speaker, you get to offer a lead magnet, sometimes another bonus freebie or something, little gift, but everyone is required to email their list, post on social, that sort of thing. So everyone's like swapping lists essentially with the summit. It's a collaboration. So you get in front of other people. So I do summits all the time. They are still very, very effective. On top of that, So that's, networking, collaborations. We listed out 3 different ways. Where do you find these people? Start with networking. Right? That's why I put that first. So don't always, when you're networking, it's not just about getting the sale, right? And you shouldn't be hunting for people. It's about making authentic connections, seeing how you can help each other. It might be that they might be a client. It might be that they're a referral partner. It might be that you could collaborate together. So there's all kinds of different opportunities. So the third strategy that you can use for free to generate leads is podcast guesting. Now, this is a key example of why it's great to have a lead magnet. Now, if you have done podcast guesting and you don't have a lead magnet yet, I forgive you. It's okay. Or if you've scheduled some podcasts or you're in the process of going through that, just continue. It's okay. However, we really want you to slow down a little bit, get that lead magnet set up, because when you have a lead magnet, now you've got a free gift for your host guests, for that community. And when they opt in, they go immediately on your email list. They might be giving you their phone number, all of these different things. And that is now where you can continue to market to them over time. You could call them, you can text them, you can email them, you can invite them then to your Facebook group, like all of these different things to continue to nurture them until they're ready to go. So, podcast guesting. What are some things that you need to look for when you're looking for podcast guesting? You should make sure these people have a bit of an audience. If they don't have any audience, not awesome. They should have some level of audience to make this worth your time and effort. On top of that, does their audience overlap with who you want to work with? Just like the collaborations I talked about before, it's the same idea. It's not going to be, complete overlap 100%, but it should look like a Venn diagram. So if you don't have to, if you want to collaborate with me, or if you want to be in front of my audience as a podcast guest, you don't necessarily have to speak exactly to my target audience. My people are coaches, course creators, consultants, people, entrepreneurs, people who are just getting into the space, that sort of thing. And that if that's not your people, that doesn't mean you shouldn't be on our podcast. It means, okay, well, who are your people? Let's talk about it. Because let's say you're a fitness coach and you love to work with entrepreneur women 40 and above. Well, hey, I got a lot of those in my audience. So again, Venn diagram, there's overlap there. That would make sense. So if I get you in front of my audience, give you time to talk, build that relationship, that know, like, and trust factor, and then at the end, you're offering your freebie, your giveaway, fabulous. Now you're taking people who've watched that, watched your podcast or listened to your podcast. You're getting them on your email list. You can text them, email, whatever, if you're collecting phone numbers as well, and continue to nurture them, because they're not typically ready to buy on that first exposure. That's like asking someone to marry you on your first time seeing someone. Okay, you saw a pretty lady at the coffee shop and you walked up to her and asked her to marry you. Not going to work very well, right? Instead of asking her to marry you, just ask her to have coffee together the same day, the same place tomorrow, right? That's getting them on your list. Okay, exchanging phone numbers. Right? And now you're going after date after date. You're eventually meeting the parents, and all of these things are just gradually moving them one step closer to you. And that absolutely comes from being on your list. So you have to move them there first. Okay. Number 3, a third strategy for free that you can do in your business is to host your own meetup or networking group, either online or offline. I have seen people crush this. Okay. So even if you don't have your own big following online, you can go to Eventbrite, have a free event on Eventbrite. You can have a free event with Meetup, the app Meetup, and just offer it to people in your local area or whatever. And you can do it online with Zoom. You can do it offline if you want to meet up at a coffee shop or whatever. But that allows you to, number one, be the expert. If you're the host of something, people will always elevate your authority. Always. So it elevates your authority with all of your guests. And now you're coordinating the event and you're building that. Now, does that mean the first time you're going to have 50 people on there? Probably not. Unless maybe you're in a super urban area and there's tons of people, I don't know. But generally speaking, it might be smaller, and that's okay. Start it and do it really consistently. So every week at this time, or every other week, or every, the first Friday of the month, or whatever it is, just keep it consistent. That's going to be the key to this concept. Okay. So go to Meetup, you can become an admin. They don't require any charge, costs or anything like that. Become an admin, do your group, create your event, set it up, something that you can manage. So if you can't manage to do it every week, don't set it for every week, right? You want to set the right expectation from the beginning. You want to be reliable, not someone that your people see as flaky, because they're clearly not going to hire you if you're canceling all these meetings all the time. So set it up bi-weekly, weekly, monthly, whatever you can safely handle, and show up and just have, you can have a little training at the beginning if you want, but then really do networking, share, love on them. And that's where you can generate a lot of sales. Again, that has potential for immediate lead generation, but also the more you do this, the more consistent you are with it, the longer term you get, the better all of this will be. Okay. So I love all that. Now, a fourth one, I didn't number. I made my notes, but guess what? I didn't number my notes because I don't know why. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 5, the fifth strategy. Oh, I'm going to give you even more. I think I got 8. I wrote 7, but I think I have 8. The fifth strategy to lead generation, free lead generation, is promoting a lead magnet. Obviously, why I said at the beginning of all of this that you need that first and foremost, but promoting your lead magnet in groups that allow you to promote. So like in our group, I love all my groupies. Hello, hello. In our group, it's not an open promotion place. This is a place to come and learn. But I do have a post, it's either once a week or every other week, where I allow you to throw your freebie in there. Right. So even in a group that's a non-promotion group, have a specific post. You can share your freebie and you can go through and you can grab a lot of freebies. Great, right? So there's other groups out there that will allow you to promote for free. There's groups that will allow you to promote for a membership. Currently have 2 active memberships in groups that allow me to promote once a day or once a week in their group to generate leads. So I currently have a post in a group that I have almost 200 comments on my post of people asking for what I have in one of those groups. So is it worth it for me to pay that monthly subscription? Yes, because I use it. I don't let it die. Like I don't waste it. I use it absolutely. So it's very worth it. If you haven't done it before, then just look for the free ones to get started. Okay. Keep it simple, find the free ones, but they are there. And I've even seen people offering the free ones as a lead magnet, a list of groups you can promote in as a lead magnet in some of those groups. So if you're in entrepreneur groups, poke around, you will find someone offering those, the list of promotional groups, but just make sure that it's your target audience is going to be there. Okay. Now, beyond all of those 5 things that I just laid out, content marketing is awesome. I just had a sales call today for someone who's looking at our services and our program, who came from YouTube. A video we created on YouTube 2 years ago, I think, maybe 3 years ago. So imagine taking, even if it's 10, 15 hours to make a really good YouTube video. It's a highly edited, scripted, well-organized video, right? Imagine that you put in the work one time, and now for years, you're generating leads with it. Now, we honestly, we're not generating high volume with it, but I will tell you in the last, it gives us 1 or 2 sales calls a month that we typically close. And we have a high ticket program, so it's worth it. So YouTube isn't something fast. So it's not something that's going to turn around and give you a massive return right away. So that is why I have the content marketing. Everything in the content marketing is sort of in the secondary category. because it takes a while. When someone's just launching, they're just getting started, I want them to focus on those first things to get some action going on right away, or to turn on ads, because the ads can do it for them. Okay. The ads can connect them with the right people. That's great. But as they can create some additional time and they can add to those immediate, fast return actions, I'm going to have them add in content marketing. YouTubing, it's great. I would suggest having something super specific, like creating a really good video that is what people would call a long tail keyword, right? I wrote long term for some reason. It's a long tail keyword, and so a long tail keyword would be something like we have a video. You can find it. You can Google it. How to sell courses with Facebook ads. So like super long. There's not a huge volume of people searching that. It's not a massive search term on YouTube, which is just fine, because the people who do search it are our people. They want to talk to us. They want to see what we have to do, right? And so I would rather have a lower search volume that I could rank with. I could create a really good video for, and then serve. And as long as that's your people that are watching that video, you're good to go. So there's a lot of opportunity there. Now, and if I'm ignoring your comments, I truly don't mean to. I'm going to try to pull them up on my computer. They're not coming up on my desktop or on my phone. And I'm testing my phone. So all y'all should be commenting. Say hi from the Facebook group, because it's not, I'm testing reach without StreamYard right now. So we'll see what that reach is. So say hi, let me know where you are. Let me know what's going on. Yeah, there's all kinds of comments. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, Dave, good to see you. Thank you. I appreciate all your comments. Hey, Lloyd, good to see you again. Okay, so what other content marketing strategies are really solid and worth your time? So obviously YouTube videos are another one. Podcasting. It's not going to be fast. It is a slow growth strategy, but I mean, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Todd and I have talked about a podcast for years and have never really gone through with it. And finally, this November, we pulled the trigger and launched, and it's been amazing. It's been so much fun, and it's been wonderful for our actual business and bottom line. But I wish we had done it so much sooner, is the hard reality. So I do, like, if you think of a podcast or a YouTube channel or something, if you're drawn to it, work hard to clear a space in your schedule that you can consistently stick with, to do it sooner than later. Okay, it is still a long-term play. It's not going to typically be super fast results, but it's something that can build significantly over time. And your episodes have so much longevity. People binge entire, like okay, confession time, guilty pleasure time. I like true crime. I enjoy it. I don't know why, but I really do. And so there are really really old podcasts that have been around for years and years and years. And I found them like within the last year and binged their entire 7 years or whatever it is, ridiculous like that. Because I liked it. I can walk around the house. I can do my stuff. I can work. There's different things that I don't need my whole mind on it. And so I like to keep stimulated. I don't like quiet. So I listen to a lot of stuff. There are people who will listen to your podcast. So even, so there's a lot of life in the episodes that you are producing. Okay. It's not just, like a post on Instagram or something like that. There's going to be a lot more life to it. Yay, Mike. I'm glad you have audio. Yes. So Sarah, I'm quite interested so far. Reach live. So, okay, okay. So if you guys aren't nerd out with me for just a minute or just pause for a second. Sarah's saying, I would like to know your results with StreamYard versus Meta, since Meta said they're not allowing third-party posting after April or whatever. So that's why I'm testing this. So back in the day, I only streamed directly into Facebook. Within the last year or so, I've really just been using StreamYard to get it to all of my different platforms at the same time. But um, today I was like, let me try this out. Facebook clearly wants us in Facebook to do this stuff. So let me test it and see if I have a better reach. So far, it's a little hard to say. I would say potentially slightly above, but the jury, I guess the jury's still out. Throw in though, Sarah, make a bunch more comments on this, and that'll get it more. Because I haven't been talking to you guys because I couldn't see your comments. So just now we have way fewer comments than normal. So I want to be able to offer you I want to offer you, sorry, I'm getting distracted trying to give you guys something right now. I want to offer you the chance to get it all get this up, get the same amount of comments as normal, and then we'll have a better test. So, put a bunch of emojis or something silly and we're good. Let me put this on here too. If you guys, I mentioned podcast guesting, if you feel like our audience would have a good potential reach for you, we have a massive audience, about 200,000, I believe, between all of our different places. So type in guest in the comments and we will get you the link to register or to your input intake form, and also more information about the podcast. We have 2 separate podcasts, one for people who to share their expertise, one for to share the marketing angle and how they're building the business and the entrepreneurial journey, that sort of thing. So both of them are great. They have different benefits depending on if you're just starting or if you're more advanced, that sort of thing. So if you want to be on that, just type in guest and I'll get that information over to you so you can check them out and put in your information. And then on top of that, if you don't have a lead magnet funnel, that just totally overwhelms you, the thought of how to do that or how to do any of these strategies, or you want to explore ads, right? And please don't try that on your own. Then just type in info. Let's chat. We'll see how we can help you out with this, because this is all our jam. This is what we help people to do. So, all right. Yes. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. Okay. So yeah, podcast. I like it. Make sure you're speaking to your target audience. We had a guest on our podcast who had a good story or a lesson. Gordon Firemark, I believe his name is. He's the lawyer for podcasts, and he started his podcast ages ago, and it was about like media law, like law around content and all that kind of stuff. And so he it was what he made his podcast about. But in reality, podcasters wouldn't listen to that. Lawyers would listen to that. So make sure you think about, would your audience that you want to sell to, your target audience, your avatar, would they listen to that podcast? So make sure your topic and everything fits for what you're looking to sell. Okay. That's really, really important. The third piece of content marketing. So this is number 8 strategies we're talking today. The third piece then is shorts, reels, TikToks. Let's be real. There's a huge opportunity. So you do have to learn how to create really good content, which means it's super engaging. There's a really good hook at the beginning. You grab people's attention right away. Every piece of short form vertical video needs a really, really good hook. And it needs to be engaging. People have really short attention spans. All of the platforms are getting longer and longer options. So they're wanting you to push yourself to see how long you can have people engage. But mix it up with really short 7-second stuff. Mix it up with some longer, 1, 2, 3 minute stuff. But the biggest part, have a really good hook. Just have a really good hook. It can be like really like you could be a hot mess. You can have a messy background. You could have all kinds of things, and those things still go viral. So don't get caught up in looks or aesthetics or anything like that. Just create good content, but put some real thought into the hook you're going to use at the beginning of the video so that it can get the most reach. But the most potential for virality today, the most potential for reaching more new people every day is absolutely through Reels on Facebook and Instagram, TikToks on TikTok, and Shorts on YouTube. So take the time to if you want content creation, or if you know that your target audience is out there, that's awesome. Like I know for when I'm interviewing guests on our podcast, or I'm just talking to people who are exploring our business, um, I'll often tell them like, or our coaching clients, like I've seen your target audience on TikTok, or I've seen other people producing similar type content on TikTok. Like I know I've seen this different places. If other people are crushing it, that's a really good idea. That might be a good traffic source for you. Okay. Um, yes, very good. Okay, so again, if you need any help with this, go ahead, type in info. Let's chat, see how we can help you out. Um, we are really good, and there's no sales call. This is a discovery call where we just chat and see how we can help you out. We might send you some free training. We might give you some more information if you do want to explore working with us that you can digest on your own. So type in info in the chat. We'll see how we can help you out. And if you have not applied to be on our podcast, what are you waiting for? Get out there. If you're on YouTube, on Instagram, Lloyd, go ahead. You can apply. Just click on the links in the description. Y'all, YouTubers and LinkedIners have a link to just apply right there. So awesome, ladies and gentlemen. You have a blessed evening. I'll see y'all next Monday, same time, 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 4 Pacific time. I have some more great content to help you to generate leads, grow your business, provide great value to your clients and customers, and scale, right? Scale, drive traffic, the whole jam. So you are very, very welcome. Share, comment, react, do all the goodies so that people who need this will get it. All right. Have a blessed one. Bye.